Joining me now is Danny Senac-Robert. He's the head of investor relations at Abcourt Mines. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, for sure. And we talked to your CEO, as you know, a couple of months ago. So we're going to get an update on your plans to restart the Sleeping Giant mine and mill, and how you're applying new technologies to do that.
Well, actually, we were sitting on this amazing deposit for many years, and the market did not give us some value on it because we did not have enough ounces in the ground. However, with new technologies, now we just finished completing a 3D model, and this model showed us a lot of structure that never been explored before. We actually found 846 structures that we can keep on exploring through that 3D model. So actually using older technique, those veins, those structures were not visible, were not possible. So that's why many companies before us did not succeed in this project. And how we plan on succeeding is by applying new technology, the new 3D model, new drill holes, new mining techniques to be able to actually untap the fully potential of the Sleeping Giant. If I can put it just this way, we just released not too long ago a new 43-101 on the Sleeping Giant. Well, that new 43-101 show a 700% increase in the inferred resource. All that due to the new 3D model that we put on together lately. We had more than a million meters that we could implement in this model to show us some new targets. And actually that mine has been producing more than 1 million ounces in the past, all high-grade material. So there is no reason why we could not continue exploring it to give some value.
Right, and 700%, that's not insignificant, so very good. Now, preliminary economic assessment, PEA, we're in early May. You're talking about releasing something sometime in June, is that correct? You're on track for that?
We're on track to release it in the next few weeks.
Okay.
We're working at all we can to actually put the people working on the PEA to release it as soon as possible, because once we release the PEA, we can update the reserve and then have something serious to complete the financing of the project so that we can start the mill and restart the production at the Sleeping Giant.
And then at another project, Discovery, you've updated your mineral resource estimate. The number is close to 500,000 ounces in measured and inferred, correct? Or measured and indicated?
Measured and indicated and inferred.
And inferred, okay, right. Okay.
In all categories.
Tell us more about that.
Well, actually, our plan is to reach the more than 1 million ounces of resource by the end of the year. How we plan on doing it is through the Sleeping Giant project. We plan on doing some more oil in the Sleeping Giant. The Flordin Discovery and Cameron Shear project was a project that we've been having for many years, but it was all historic data. Past company that owned them had 43-101 on them, but we couldn't state them as our own. So basically the market was seeing it as moose pasture. However, there were in the past more than 800,000 ounces on those projects. And now we intend on proving through new 43-101 that these lands are having some real value. Like you say, just the Discovery project was having about 500,000 ounces. Then we're working on the Flordin project, which should be released really, really soon.
A resource estimate.
A new resource estimate on the Flordin project as well. And then we could upgrade through the Sleeping Giant, through the Flordin and Discovery to reach our targets, which would be to actually have 1 million ounces of resource within the time frame of this year.
Right, very good. And also part of that strategy is our mergers and acquisitions. You're buying Pershimex. That deal should close within days, you're telling me. So, and you eventually want to run their material through your mill when you're ready with that. So tell us about the importance of Pershimex and then the overall strategy and looking around the area for other acquisition targets.
Actually, Pershimex was the first one that we acquired. Our strategy is to grow and give shareholder value, to unlock the full potential of all the projects. We got 13 projects altogether that are from early stage to more advanced project. And all those projects for under $20 million market cap. So to me, it's really, really low, and we need to actually give some values to those projects for the shareholders. Two ways of doing it. One, through organic, which we just state by finding ounces in the ground on the current project, which would be Sleeping Giant, Flordin Discovery, and upgrading that through nice drilling program. We just spent 15,000 meters drilling program that we announced in the last presentation so that we can unlock the value through organic. But then there's also merger and acquisition. We are the only fully permitted mill in the area that has capacity right now. So by having this nice asset, we could go around and go on a shopping spree, try to acquire the project that makes sense. Pershimix was the first one that made sense because to the price that they were at the time when we decided to make the merger, that was a no-brainer. We could acquire a bulk sample with 5,000 tons of what we believe could be fairly high-grade material, and all that for a price that would cover basically just the price of the bulk sample. So that was our first acquisition, and for them, as a standalone project, it did not make sense either, because they would be able to actually, when you count in all the permitting, building a mill, trying to build a tailing, and getting the permitting for the tailing, they'd be in for 20 years.
Right.
So now by joining us, they could actually start much, much faster and unlock their full potential. But that's the only one that we acquire right now, but there's so many other projects in the area, and we are open for business. We are looking to create value through merger and acquisition, and Pershimix was the first one that we took on.
Well, thanks for the update, and we appreciate it. We'll see you again.
All right, thanks a lot.
Okay, Danny Senac Robert, Head of Investor Relations for Abcourt Mines.